Hey everybody, I want to welcome you to the October Plane Talk, and I want to thank you guys for being part of Gray's Golf. I want to thank you guys for being part of what we do and part of the single plane community, and in particular, I really want to thank the Single Plane Academy members out there. You know, we've got all kinds of fun stuff going on for the Single Plane Academy members, and actually in a couple of weeks we have the Single Plane Shootout, and a lot of you guys are going to be coming in for that, you know, at our new facility in Oklahoma City, and we look forward to seeing you there. But tonight's one of those special webinars, and I have Chris Henning here. We're going to bring Chris up here in a minute. He's our fitness expert here at Gray's Golf, and I want to bring him in here in a second. We're going to really talk about this, and we're going to really highlight our next single plane university unit that we're having, which is actually speed optimization. And we'll talk about this here in a second. And I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm very excited about this. And I've been telling you guys now for a few months now. I've been kind of warming you up, teasing you all about this, because I've been telling you guys now that I started working with Chris now quite a few months ago. I mean, it's been 8 or 9 months ago, and on my speed optimization, on me working on increasing speed. I mean, I'm turning 60. I'm actually turning 60 right now. A few days from now, I turn 60, and I saw myself in the last 5-10 years starting to lose some significant distance, or starting to lose distance. And obviously, still going to play competitively. I still want to go out there. I still want to hit it a long way. I still want to keep my distance, and it was concerning. So I started putting myself in a program, and I've not only gained speed, but now I've actually got to the point where I feel I'm limiting the loss of speed. And we're going to talk about this tonight. So I'm not going to go into it yet. I'm teasing you even about tonight. We're not going to talk to you yet. But we're going to talk to all about that tonight. And then obviously highlight our single plane university, our distance optimization. So it's distance optimization about speed optimization program, okay? So anyway, but like normal, I got to have commercials. You guys that all complain about these webinars, these plane talks are free, but they are commercials, so just assume these are the commercials you guys see on the TV when you watch your favorite shows on TV. Here come my commercials. And guys, these are commercials that are just for you guys, okay? These are special set up just for you. So the very first one is about clubs, real quickly. A couple things. Number one, the Apex TI Super Hybrid has been released. The Super Hybrid is out, okay? And I'm already got them. I'm shipping them. I'm putting them out. I'll put that picture back up real quick. This is the Apex TI Super Hybrid. Guys, I've been getting a lot of questions on these. Number one, I do have introductory offers for you guys on these, okay? So you'll get them at a better price and you can get them on Callaway. Number two is they are fit to you for length, lie angle, shaft flex, shaft weight, grip size, the whole jazz. They are custom fit to you guys at no additional cost. I do have introductory offers, like I said, on those right now. They're available in a 2 hybrid, a 3 hybrid, a 4 hybrid, and a 5 hybrid, okay? The best way to describe them, they are the highest technology out there in hybrids. They are, okay? They're titanium-based hybrid. The best way to describe a super hybrid is it's a combination of a fairway wood and a hybrid. Okay, and I've even asked the engineers at Callaway, if I'm trying to give a nickel tour of this club, nickel dime tour, what would you do? They say, describe it as a combination. It gets the height and the trajectory and the ease of hitting like a fairway would, but the stopping power of like a hybrid. So it's like a combination, okay? Phenomenal club. I've already got a number 4 in my bag. I love it. I put it into play. I was down in Florida this last couple of days. I already had it in my bag into play. I love the club. So if you're interested in that, or I still have good pricing on the Elite clubs, 2025 Elite clubs, and the Paradigm Smoke. I still have some left. They're going to run out fast. I keep telling you guys that, and I know they will. If you're looking at custom fit clubs, email me at timg@graysgolf.com. timg@graysgolf.com. I can get you trade-in specials on your clubs that you trade in. I can get you introductory offers, but more importantly, I'll make sure all the clubs fit you perfect, okay? Just open up a dialogue with me. timg@graysgolf.com, okay? So hit me with that. We'll go forward, okay? Next one real quick. And this one's important. This one's very important. So guys, hopefully you come back from using the restroom break in your commercial now. Okay, so this one's important. We have right now, we haven't done this in a couple of years, we have an early bird special for our schools. Okay, so we have an early bird special, and this is basically what the special comes down to. Right now you get $500 off the regular price of a school. So $500 off the regular price. Number two is the pricing is going to go up in our schools in the end of this year. They have for the past 3 or 4 years. Everything's gotten more expensive. You guys know that. It probably won't go up more than a couple $100 per school, but they are going to go up. So get in before they go up. Plus you get $500 off. Plus you get a single plane 30 class bonus for free. So if you look at that, and if you're a member, if you're a level 3, level 4, level 2 member, any level, you get your percentage off also. So you can save significant amount. Even if you're not a member, if you guys out there aren't Single Plane Academy members, you're saving about $1,000 off of school, which you'll see in a month or two from now. Okay? Get in early now. Get in. If you don't know what school you want to get into, buy a certificate. You're saving a lot of money. Okay? You're saving a lot of money. Members, you're saving even more. Okay? I promise you right now, you will not see lower pricing in any schools upcoming for the next year. You will not. In fact, you'll never see this low of a price again, because when the prices go up, even if we give discounts, we won't get this low again. Okay? And here's the schedule. We've released our schedule. We've even got some October schools. We've got January, February, March, April in there. I mean, I'm not going to go through them all, but you'll see the schedule has been released. We got 3-day schools, 5-day schools. We got a lot of schools on there. Now the $500 off is the early bird special. So guys, get in. The way to find out about what the price in the school is for you, because guys, it's different for everybody, because we have guys who are level 2 members, level 3 members, non-members. I understand that. Okay? Everybody gets $500 off. Everybody gets a Single Plane 30 free. Okay? Everybody's going to get in before the prices go up next year. Some people will get even additional discounts on the top of that if you're members. Okay? The way to find out how to get into school and or get a certificate is call us at 405-250-6960, 405-250-6960, or email us at schools@graysgolf.com. schools@graysgolf.com. You can always go on our website, graysgolf.com. You can look at the calendar, look at what schools are available and so on. You can see them there. Or if all else fails, you can always email me at timg@graysgolf.com. I'll get you the right person. But guys, you're seeing us advertise a lot. I'll tell you why. I've set a goal with my staff to sell out 80 to 90% of our schools by the end of November. I want them to get into other issues. We have an academy to run here now. My guys go out on the road. My master instructors go out on the road. I don't need them selling schools January and February. I need these things sold out. So I've set that goal. That's why we're giving you these extra specials. I'm trying to get these things sold out, get you guys locked up in these things, and get you rolling. And just like I said, even if you can't predict a date, you're like, man, Tim, I travel a lot, or I don't know a date. Get a certificate now. You can use it anytime. Certificates never expire. They never expire, okay? So you can just get a certificate now. We'll get you worked out. 405-250-6960. Don't miss your opportunity. Don't miss your opportunity. I mean, think about it. Single Plane 30 free. It's a 30-day program. That's $300 is free. $500 off already on top of that. Saving yourself a couple hundred dollars if you get in before the price goes up, okay? I mean, you're getting a great deal. Get in now. Get in early. All right. Now, I'm not going to go over then I have another announcement about the Single Plane University. I'm not going to go over that. We're going to talk about the special and that and so on. But I want to get into that information first, and then we'll get into that. We'll get into the special on that. You guys know right now, hopefully you do, that every other month now, we've been releasing what's called Single Plane University. A Single Plane University is basically a 40 to 45-day program that goes step by step by step by step by step by step over particular topics. We've had one over driver optimization, over hitting the driver. We've had one over chipping. We've had one over putting. We've had one on how to practice. I think we've released 5 up to this point already. We've already got 10 more in the bag, or already in the queue, that we're actively producing that we're going to get out. Now we'll release them every other month, because we're released in the middle of the month. It then takes 40 to 45 days to process through it. And then we give you a couple weeks to catch up if you're behind, whatever it is, and we'll release the next one. Okay? And we've had overwhelming response. We just got done the driver optimization program. We had close to 500 people in that program. It was amazing. We had Zoom sessions about it. We had one-on-one sessions. We had coaching sessions on it. And guys, every day you're getting 10 to 15 minutes of something to work on with. And obviously that one was over the driver. Okay? But the next thing, and so we've done that. We just got finished that one. It was great. Phenomenal program. Again, we've had overwhelming response on it. Now we're going to go on to the next step. It's the next one that makes sense. The one that we're going to release here in a couple of weeks is called speed optimization, or if you want to call it distance optimization, but speed optimization. And when I say speed optimization, you basically think is, okay, how do I get more speed? How do I get more speed? How do I get more speed? And I understand that, and that's a natural thought. But let's just be honest. For most of our demographic, when we talk about this, it's about limiting the loss of speed. Because once you hit, and I'm going to show you guys this here in a second, once you hit 45 to 50 years of age, okay, you peak out your speed and the speed starts to go down. The problem is that for some, it can go down dramatically. You can lose significant distance, speed and distance. For others, it can go down slower, okay? And so the program we've put together, that Chris Henning's put together, speed optimization, not only helps you gain speed, and I'll talk about that, but more importantly, and as importantly, I think it's more important, it's going to help you reduce the loss of speed over time, okay? And that's huge. Because Chris just did some research, and he said that, and he'll come up here and talk to you about this, that you can lose up to 5 to 10 miles an hour of speed every 5 years. And so you go from 50 to 55 years of age. If you're that guy who loses 10 miles an hour of speed, that's cost you 30 yards with the driver. Another 5 years costs you 25 to 30 yards. So going from 50 to 60 years of age could cost you up to 60 yards, 50 to 60 yards of distance. And you guys all like, yep, that's me, or yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's just life. I mean, age always wins. Okay, but we can slow that down. And Chris has a formula that we're going to put through you in the next single plane university that's going to help you slow that down. So if you're younger, it's going to help you increase speed. I promise you it will. It did for me. If you're older, it can not only help you increase speed, but it'll get you to what? Slow down the loss of speed. So here's what I'm going to do for a few minutes here. I'm going to talk to you guys about speed. Just raw speed. You guys, here's the deal. It's not just driver. I know you guys, when you think about this, you're thinking driver too. It's not just driver, okay? Because, guys, think about it right now. You have a speed with every club in your bag. Now, obviously, you hit the driver the furthest. And everybody thinks of distance with the driver. You know, I used to hit at 260. Now I only hit at 220, or I hit at 210, or I used to hit at 280. Now I can only hit at 220 or 230. Everybody, we all understand that. We watch Bryson on TV, or we watch Rory on TV, and, you know, they hyper-focus on distance on driver. But, guys, it's more than that. Because maybe at one time in your life, you're hitting a 7-iron 150 yards or 160 yards, and now you're lucky to hit 110 or 120 yards. So not only, you're kind of getting double or even triple ding there. So not only are you hitting your driver shorter, you're hitting your hybrid shorter, you're hitting your fairway shorter, you're hitting your iron shorter, okay? And so when we talk about getting or slowing down the loss of distance or getting more distance, we're talking across the board. It's not just driver, which is great. And I'll tell you right now, since I've been working on this program with Chris, it's been a few months now, I've actually increased speed with my driver, but more importantly, I've actually picked up one club with all my irons. I've actually gotten one club longer with all my irons. I used to hit my 7-iron. I got to the point I was hitting it about 160 yards. I used to, when I was younger, I'd hit 165 to 170 yards when I was in my 20s and 30s. Now with technology, that's helped and so on, but I was getting down to 160, pushing 160 when I hit a good 7-iron. I've worked with Chris now, and I'm back up to hitting at 165 to 170. In fact, a good solid 7-iron for me now is back to 170. And I wasn't even dreaming of that. I wasn't even dreaming of that a year ago, okay? Since I've worked this and I started going through this program, I've done that. But more importantly, I hope I can maintain that and slow down that loss of speed now. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is speed factors, okay? Or distance factors. Here's distance factors. Number one. And I'm going to talk about this really quick. I just wrote an article in the last newsletter. If you haven't seen that, go read that article. I just put it out on Sunday night or Monday this week. Just put the article out. It was distance factors, okay? Number one is your equipment. Do you have modern equipment in the bag? We suggest you have equipment less than 2 to 3 years old, 3 max. Because lower center of gravity, bigger sweet spot, ease of hitting it up in the air with a divot, without a divot, increases speed, okay? Be able to hit an iron higher now because this lower center of gravity will help you get more distance. Be able to hit a driver with a bigger sweet spot will help you get more distance. You guys, hopefully you understand that, all right? Number two is technique. Obviously, if you're hitting with a good path, you're hitting with a decent swing, the better your technique, the less side spin you put in the ball, the less cut, the less hook you put in the ball, the more distance you're going to hit. Hitting the right launch angles, you're going to hit more distance. That's technique. So obviously, the first two factors are the equipment and technique. Now, the third factor is just raw speed. How fast you swing the club, and can you maintain that, okay? And let's limit the loss of that over time. And that comes down to, when you start talking that, we'll start talking about things, and I'm not going to steal Chris's thunder here. We're talking about flexibility, we're talking about strength, we're talking about mobility, and then a big one that Chris is going to talk to you about is balance. I don't want to spoil his thunder here, but this is a massive one we deal with as we start getting the older population is balance, okay? And we'll talk to you about that. But that's all part of the speed equation. So guys, we have the raw speed, we have equipment, we have technique. Okay, this driver optimization program coming up or the speed optimization program coming up, the distance optimization program coming up is all about helping you maintain and gain speed. Now, let's talk about this for a second, because I'm going to talk about how this works real quickly, and then I'm going to bring Chris up. Okay, so here's age, here's speed. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a formula here, just to talk about it for a second. They say that you start, so we've got speed, at about 15 years of age, you start seeing a significant increase in speed. Prior to 15 years of age, it's a little bit younger in girls, 15 with girls, about 15 with boys, 13 to 14 with girls, you start seeing a ramping up of speed. So obviously, you're working with 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, your grandkids, your kids, and you say, I want more speed, you're just not going to get it, okay? But about 15 years old on average for kids, you start seeing ramping up of speed. And so you start seeing, so right here, this ramping up occurs about 15 years of age, okay? And it starts going up and up and up and up until they hit about 25 to between 21 and 30 years of age, about 25 at average. About 25 years of average, about 25, okay, years average, is where they start peaking out their speed. So what they say is, let's say you swing at 105 miles an hour at 25, or you swing at 106, 107 miles an hour, or maybe 100 miles an hour at 25. That's probably going to be your speed. If that's just what you do naturally, that's basically going to be your speed until you're about 35. About 35, between 35 and 40 years of age, okay, depending on years of age, okay, depending on basically your flexibility, your health, your condition, that's where you can kind of maintain that. At 40 years of age, we start seeing a decrease. And that's where we start seeing the speed do this. Now it starts going down slow at first, then it starts speeding up and goes faster down, okay? So, this is typical. So, and you'll see, so this is, 50, here's 55, here's 60, here's 70 years of age. It starts going down. Okay, that's what we start seeing. Okay, now that's for an average golfer who didn't do much in his lifetime, his or her lifetime, to work on speed or distance, okay? And when they're 25 to 40 years of age, they might have some pretty good speed. I know when I was 25 to 40 years of age, I didn't work on it very hard. I mean, I played a lot of golf, but at that time, and that was quite a few years ago, they didn't have the flexibility work and the mobility work and the balance. They didn't have that. So you kind of got what you got. So now let's pretend that this same golfer, okay, started at the age of 15, because before that it really didn't matter, started an Olympic version of working out and getting speed. He went to a trainer. I mean, they call it like an Olympic athlete. Went to a trainer, focused on this wholeheartedly. They worked not only in fitness, they worked on mobility, they worked on strength, they worked on flexibility, they worked on balance, okay? And they started at 15. What you would have seen was this. You'd have seen a much higher peak like this, but you also would have seen a decrease here, okay? Because old man time is always going to catch up. But notice, at 15, they're about the same. 16, they're close. 17, they're close. But as they start getting 18, 19, 20, in this age, you're seeing a big difference. You might see a 10 to 15 mile an hour difference. So if the guy who didn't do anything, did nothing, at 25 years of age was swinging at 100 miles an hour, the same guy who did this extensive training at 25 years of age may have been swinging at 115 miles an hour. Okay? Big distance. Guys, 15 miles an hour with a driver is close to 30 to 35 yards. Huge difference. 15 miles an hour with an iron, like a 7-iron, is close to 15 yards. Huge difference. Okay? Now, but obviously, none of us did that, or very, very, very few of us did that. Okay? But also notice the thing I want to bring up here. You still see a decrease when they start hitting 50, 55, 60, 70. This doesn't just keep going across the board. Old man time still catches up with that guy. Okay. Well, very few of us, if any of us did that, got to that line. But this is what we can do now. What we can do is, no matter where we are in this spectrum, because we're in this line somewhere, no matter where we are, I don't care if you're 55, I don't care if you're 65, I don't care if you're 75, I don't care if you're 80. No matter where you are on the spectrum, you can now start doing some work. Now, you're not going to train like an Olympic athlete, but you can start doing some work. And what will happen is, it'll pick the line up. You will now go into a category in between this. Now, how high you go in between that is how much work you do, or how persistent you are, or do you do this daily, or maybe every other day, okay? But what this will do is, if you stay focused on this and just do a little bit of work, maybe a little flexibility work, a little mobility work, a little balance work, you now will lift up you will lift up your speed now, but more importantly, you will slow down the progression. And this is the part that attracted me. Because I looked at this curve right here and I realized when I hit 65 years of age, which is going to happen fast, I know it is, 60 happened fast, I was going to be at about 90 miles an hour swing speed. Okay? And that didn't excite me very much. I used to swing at 114, 115 with the driver. I didn't like that 90 miles an hour at 65 years of age, but that was happening fast because I watched my cycle. I watched what was occurring here. So when I started studying this and Chris started doing the research, we started doing the research on this, we quickly realized I'm going to push it up to this line in between here. I'm going to do my mobility, my flexibility, my balance work. So that when I'm 65 years of age, now I'm at the same place I am right now at 60 years of age. So I won't be at 90 miles an hour till maybe I'm 70 or 75 years of age. Yes, it's going to happen. It will happen. I can't help it. I know I'm going to get older and I want to play golf forever and I will lose speed, but I want to lose it slower. And that's the whole point. I can lift up the threshold. So here's the deal. The people this will help the most are those that haven't done a lot of mobility, flexibility, balance, speed work up to this point. Even if you've done some, but you haven't been ritualistic about it, this is who it's going to help the most. Because you've got all this zone in here that you got potential. Will you ever get to this guy who's been that Olympic trainer or that guy who's worked out forever? No, no one ever will. No, we won't. Okay? We won't. But you've got all that zone that you can get up into that. So now, when you're 70, 75, 80, 85, you might be swinging like you would if you were 75. So let's say right now you're 75 years of age. And let's say you swing the club 80 miles an hour. So you hit your driver, let's say right now you're 70 years of age and you hit your driver at about 210 yards. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Okay. Well, let's say at 70, you're 70 years of age, you hit 210 yards. At 75 years of age, if you keep the same cycle you're on right now, you'll probably be hitting your driver 190, maybe 200 at that age. That's where you're going to be. That's just life. But if you start this program at 75 years of age, you should still be the same distance you are now or very close. You won't hit that 190, 200 until you're 80 years of age. So you push back that time by 5 years. Okay? That's what this is all about. This is pushing back the old man clock or the old man time. That's what this is doing. Okay? That's what this is allowing you to do. And so that's what intrigued me. Because I said, I saw a loss of distance. Guys, I'm 10 years past that 50. In fact, like we said, that typically happens about 40 to 45. I'm 15 years past that or more, just like you all are at home or more. But I just said, I want to slow down that loss of distance. I want to slow it down. I know it's going to happen. I know I'm going to need more flexible shafts. I know I want that forgiving driver. I know it's all going to happen. I know that. That's fine. Okay? But I wanted to slow down old man time by distance loss by doing this. So what we're going to do right now, and this is what we did. So guys, this is what the next single plane university speed optimization program is all about. Okay? It's about yes, increasing speed, sure, but slowing down the loss of speed over time. This is what it's all about. And I would have to say that I know nobody at home that doesn't want to slow down the loss of speed. It happens and it happens dramatically, and we know that, okay? Yes, we get to play up tees. Yes, we get to shorten up the courses. It's great. But I still want to hit some distance. I still want to hit my irons and my hybrids good distance. I still want to hit my driver decent distance, okay? And this is what we got to do. And this is the program that Chris has put together to help you guys through this with this methodology. So I'm going to bring Chris Henning up, okay? It's enough talk for me. But I wanted to show you guys this. I wanted to show you this because I wanted to explain to you guys why I was so excited about getting into this and why I'm so excited for Chris to present this to you guys, okay? Because, guys, it's not, here's the issue. There's a lot of speed training out there, and you guys can go on the internet and pull up speed training, and you'll see 100 things pop up. Mm-hmm. And, and you'll have the underswinging, the overswinging, the heavy clubs, the light clubs, and some of it's pretty good. I mean, I'll be honest with you. And we're going to talk about that throughout the program. But the one thing that I'll tell you right now that is dramatically missed or not focused enough is the balance training that's involved. Mm-hmm. Because as we get older, the body, yes, you guys still have balance, but you lose the balance you had when you were younger. Mm-hmm. And the body can now no longer create speed because your body won't trust the speed it'll create. And we can prove that to you because I can get you swinging just a stick without a club head on there, and you'll swing at 20 miles an hour faster than you will your driver. Like, just swing your shaft. It's crazy. It's like, whew, you swing it real fast. But then we put a driver in there, we add that weight to it, and all of a sudden it slows down 15 to 20 miles an hour. Not only is it slowing down because of the mass in the driver head, but more importantly, it's slowing down because the body feels like or doesn't trust the balance of swinging that club. So when we're going through this, Chris, and he's done this for years, this isn't something new. It's a formula that's created that everything involved in this formula hyper-focuses around balance. And with our demographic, I'm included, I'm putting myself in that demographic, guys, everything is balance. You guys know, you come to our AAI schools, we call it balance, tempo, tension. If you don't have good balance, I don't care if you have a monorman swing, you ain't swinging it good. You ain't swinging with speed. If you think about you have tempo or tension, if you don't have good balance, you're immediately gonna have tempo and tension in the swing. It's all around balance.
Absolutely.
So everything we do here, I can't get you just swinging the club fast or trying to get you swinging it fast out of balance. So every time we do something, we include balance. And again, I'm stealing Chris's thunder, but here's the formula.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just want to go over real quick.
Yeah.
How many miles per hour did you gain in a period of 6 months?
Well, he asked how many miles an hour I gained in 6 months.
It was impressive.
I keep thinking back to when I'm young, okay? Because guys, when I was on the tour playing mini tour events, my swing speed average was about 114 miles an hour, okay? In today's action with a new club today, that's well over 300 yards. I mean, it's between 2.7 and 3.0 yards per mile an hour. So it's well over 300 yards, okay?
Yeah.
When I came to Chris, I was averaging 95, 98. I was right at 98 miles an hour, okay? I was as low as 95. I could crank it up to 100, but on average, I was 98. So I'd gone down from 114, because that's when I'm 25, 30 years of age, to almost 60 now, and I'm down to 98 average, cranking 100.
Yep.
Okay? So now you guys might think that's still great, but when you're comparison, that's a lot of loss, okay? That's 40 yards distance loss, and okay? Now, yes, I'm getting the new clubs in my hand. I've got everything fit perfect, so it's not as bad, but I'm losing distance. So I go to Chris, I'm like, okay, bud, how do I get this back? What do I do? How do I slow down this process? He's about to show you it.
Yep.
Okay. And now I'm up to about 107 to 108 miles an hour average.
Right.
Okay. If I crank it, I can go 110. It's not a controlled, so I would never get there. But I'll tell you right now, controlled, keep it in play down the middle is 106, 107, 108. So I'm looking at 8 to 10 on average, which is by modern specs is 25 to 30 yards.
But you remember when we were speaking about this before you had played any of the sectionals?
Yeah.
I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you start winning some of these sectionals.
No,
again.
And I did.
It went crazy.
And I won a major this year and then one after. You guys know this. I don't need to go over that. But guys, here's the interesting part. And as Chris writes this up there, the driver was a big deal, but the bigger deal for me was to be able to get an iron back in my irons. I mean, it was so fun. I mean, I'm watching this 7-iron. Guys, I used to put a 7-iron pretty much at ease, 160, 165. And I'm out there missing 7-irons or hitting decent 7-irons, 150, 155. It's driving me crazy. And I'm like, is it windy? Is it cold? Is it wet? I'm like, was it my technique? I'm going crazy. And all of a sudden I realized, no, I've got this 165 stuck in my head from when I was 30. And now I'm hitting the iron and then coming up short of the pin. Pins are in the back. I'm landing in front of the green, driving me crazy. I've got that back. I've literally right now, I go hit a decent 7-iron, it's 165. I hit a good 7-iron, it's 170 with ease. I've got that back.
Yeah.
And that's exciting. That's freaking exciting.
It is. I mean, we go back in time. If you guys have been watching this show for a while, I know most of you have, he couldn't even touch his toes in some of those. And then he could almost, palm the ground now.
Now, yeah. I mean, you guys, you've watched previous shows, hopefully, but Chris is going to go over this with you guys.
Yeah,
and guys, this is all what's in our speed optimization single plane university. He's walking you through this right now, okay? And whether you get into it or not, if you don't get into it, this is stuff you need to go work on. If you get into it, this is all covered in the university, okay? So he's going to talk to you guys about it.
Yeah, so a lot of the speed things that you see out there, they're trying to sell equipment, and I have no problems with the equipment. The equipment is fantastic. However, there's some holes in that, and the first one is mobility. Can you move through the full range of the single plane swing? And if you can't, we need to work on that. So that's exactly what we do. We've created a stretching and joint mobility program where we'll actually start to unlock the body. We'll unlock the hips, we'll unlock the thoracic spine, and you'll be able to move and rotate into these different positions pretty easily. And then the next component of that, and this is the speed formula basically. So the first one is mobility. Can I move my body through the full range of motion? Okay, yes I can. Now can I do it when I'm balanced? That's a challenge as we get older. So as we get older, we tend to lose this more than this. But these right here, the number 1 and 2 culprits when it comes to aging. So,
but no, notice guys, this is the base. This is the foundation of his formula. This right now, so again, whether you're working on this at home or whether you get into this unit with us or get into this next single plane university with us, this right here is the foundation of your home. This is the foundation of what's going on. If you don't have good mobility, or you don't start increasing your mobility, or at least don't lose as much mobility as normal, and you don't work on your balance, the rest of this, honestly, not only will not help you, it potentially could hurt you.
Yeah, absolutely. So this one right here, mobility, we might as well just call it the kinematic sequence of the golf swing. Can I hit the positions of the golf swing?
So when you're talking mobility, you're talking mobilities of the knees, the hips, the midsection, torso, the shoulders, arms, wrists, through the impact. So when you're talking that, he's talking mobility of all those areas. And guys, no, here's the deal. He's not sitting there saying make you as mobile as a 25-year-old. That's bullcrap. That's not going to happen.
No.
It's just like right now, when he started working with me and I started going down to touch my toes, I couldn't get to my ankles. Now, over time, guys, this did not happen overnight, but over time and work with me, I can get mobility that I can actually get down to the floor. Guys, your golf swing is going to get shorter. You're going to have less flexibility. That's what happens when we get older. But we can limit that loss if we start working on this.
Yeah, so then, you know, we will work on these two a lot. Like over the whole course of the program, you will never not work on these in a program. So then the next part of this formula is what I call the engine. And that's strength. So we're going to be doing strength training. They've got a kettlebell down here. We're going to be doing weights. We're going to be doing, if you can't do, you don't have dumbbells, kettlebells, we'll be doing body weight. We'll be doing all kinds of things that will help build up your core. So we're going to focus on the core, lower body during this phase right here. So the next phase of this is power. So if I'm going to move that kettlebell with force, I have to be strong enough, I have to have balance, I have to have the mobility to be able to create that force, that power, and shoot that kettlebell out. I could probably hit that wall with that kettlebell right here. I can generate so much force to propel that kettlebell out. That's what we want. We want to be able to generate all that. So we're going to be able to do that through strength. But with the power, you're going to need a little bit of balance right here. Otherwise, you know, if you're going to be swinging, you know, over the top, things like that, obviously you're not swinging in balance. You're not using the kinematic sequence right here properly, and your strength is all going to waste. So I call it a power leak, a huge power leak right there. So we'll be working on that. And then the final phase of this is speed training. So I probably need to write this a little bigger.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
So you can see this on the screen.
Speed training.
So the speed training, and this is what we've been speaking about quite a bit. This is the overswinging. So basically, you'll take a lighter object like this club, you'll turn it around, and you'll try to swing it as hard as you can.
Right.
That's the overspeed. What we're doing, we're training the CNS system here. So your central nervous system. That's what we're training right here in the speed. Can we handle that golf club through speed, even you know, the upper limits of this swing without losing our balance? Can we control it? Okay, so if we can do that and we get a little stronger, well, obviously our engine is bigger now. We're able to generate more force, more velocity with that driver, but the key is to keep it in balance. If we can do that, we're going to get, you know, a ball further down the fairway.
And notice what this is all based on the single plane swing. Because when you start looking at a lot of the models that are out there, and Chris has done extensive research. I've done some research on this. Don't even hold a match to what Chris has done. When you start talking about the power of coming off both feet and lifting and extending out and trying to pelvis thrust and come up through the shot and do these different things. Well, obviously that's not the single plane swing. And number one is most of our demographic couldn't do that without killing themselves. Number two, we know there's a structure in the back involved that. Number three, it's just not single plane swing in general. So all this is based around the single plane swing. But that's the beauty of it, because here that single plane swing we believe is the ideal technique to have to create the most ideal path to hit the ball.
The most efficient.
The most efficient with the least amount of side spin. So guess what? Technique, awesome. And all of a sudden you get that equipment that very new modern equipment, awesome. Now all of a sudden you start putting this formula into single plane swing. Now we're gonna not only potentially increase distance, we're gonna limit the loss of distance over time, or the loss of speed over time. And that's what this is all about. And the beauty of this is right now, and you guys are going, okay, so why are they presenting this in October or November of the year? Because it's going to be running, guys, from the middle of October through basically the end of November. Why are they doing that here? Why aren't you doing this in March or April? What's going on? Well, I'll tell you why we do it this time of year, about 10 different reasons, but the two most important are, number one is it gets dark early for most people. So we have some time to do this, because 99% of this is done inside. Am I right, Chris?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Done inside. Number two is this is the time of year a majority of golfers become stagnant, become sediment, they sit. All of a sudden, you guys may have played golf for an hour or two a day, or every couple of days, or you practice an hour once or twice a week, and then all of a sudden you start getting dark at 5 o'clock at night, or it starts getting cool out, we start sitting. This gets you getting that active again. So it's kind of the two birds with one stone for this.
I'll guarantee you right now, Rory McIlroy is working right here.
Right.
Next month, he'll be working right here.
Yep.
Getting ready for the season, he's going to be working right here.
Absolutely.
And these are just a given. He does these no matter what.
He does those all the time. He does this 24/7. In fact,
into the season, he'll dial this back.
Right.
Because, you're trying to get stronger. We're trying to...
But remember, strength training also, if you get very serious with it, we won't push it that hard, can affect touch, can affect feel, and so on. So that's why you'll see the pros dial that back a little bit, because they want to get that touch and feel as the season hits. But they push that hard this time of year. Hard this time of year. So, but guys, this is the formula. I don't care if you're 7, 17, 70, 77, 97. Doesn't matter. This is the formula for you, okay? And remember, if you're younger and you can gain speed, this will help you gain speed. But more importantly, it's going to slow down the loss of speed and distance over time. It's going to slow it down. And that's the beauty of this, okay? That's the beauty of this.
I mean, it's not unrealistic. I've seen this many times where, you've got your chart where you're going up, and then you start to come down, or we can kind of even that out for a while, and it just goes slowly down.
Guys, it's simply stated. Because if you don't start working, again, whether you work with us or you work on your own, if you don't start getting into a program, because this is not doing it for hours a day. This is just a few minutes a day or every other day. Okay? To do this, you get in this program. Just think right now, 5 years from now, you can be swinging at the same speed you are right now or a little bit faster. If you don't do this, I can promise you 5 years from now, for a majority of you at home, the ones that's the demographic that you guys know I'm talking to, you'll be swinging at 5 to 10 miles an hour slower.
Oh, easily.
And it's just the way it's going to be. That's what we want to prevent, okay? And that's what this is all about. And I wasn't, again, I was the guinea pig on this. I'm old enough now, I got into the guinea pig, and I'm a walking testament to this thing right now, and I love it. I
still think he's got an extra 10 miles an hour in there. If we can, like upper limits, no doubt we could get an extra 5 out of him.
And you guys know me, I'll try it. Okay, I'll try it. But the other thing about this is we do this in a formula so you're not going to get hurt. You're not going to hurt the back. You're not going to stress the joints. It's a slow progression to build up. So we're not sitting there saying, okay, take out your driver and swing as fast as you can. No. We're going to progress your way up.
Absolutely.
And that's the big thing with this thing, okay?
Yeah, and every program that you see, there'll be A, B, and C, will be marked clearly. It'll be mobility, balance, strength, power, speed.
Okay. So guys, understand this, okay? And then I want to go over a couple of questions, just real quick, and then I want to have Chris, but before we go into the questions, I want Chris to talk about this program real quick. So talk about how you set the program with them and kind of show them the slide real quick. So how'd you set the program up?
Yeah, so the program is set up, we're obviously balance and mobility, number 1 and 2. I would like to spend a couple of weeks here.
Okay.
And then we'll gradually add this in. But I've given you two extra bonus workouts on this. So this is actually a 3-month program.
Okay, so this is a 6-week program, but it gives you bonus days to go along it because this never ends. Okay, now is it 7 days a week or 5 days a week? How many?
It's 5 days a week.
5 days a week. So you guys, it's Monday through Friday, right?
Yep.
So if you got to skip it 1 or 2 days, you can catch up on the weekends. Okay.
And you can also you can work with it. You're going to get a calendar with this, by the way. So Mondays will be workout A.
Okay.
Tuesdays you're going to be right here. We're going to be working on mobility a lot on our off days.
Okay.
Wednesdays is going to be workout B.
Okay.
And then Thursdays, again, we're going to be doing this again on the balance and mobility. Friday, we're going to have a workout, and we're going to add a little bit of speed training into that. So we're going to slowly kind of build into the program. As we get through week 3, we're going to be adding strength.
So think about, so the first 2 weeks, think about that. You got 4 days of balance mobility, for those 4 days, and you do a little speed training. Then 4 days of balance mobility, then speed training. And then after 2 weeks, you go balance mobility and strength. So now the 3rd week, we start putting strength in there, right? 3rd and 4th week.
Absolutely.
And then, but on the last day, we put speed training. So we go balance, we go mobility, balance, strength, and then speed training in that week. Mobility, balance, strength, speed training. And also we get into the 5th week, and now we add power.
Yep.
And
then the second phase of the workout, the bonus workout month 2, is going to be primarily right here because we'll have progressed at that point. I can challenge you a little bit more, and we can start to see a little bit bigger gains. And then in the 3rd month, same thing. We're going to be focusing a little bit more on the power in that month.
Guys, and I know I've been through some of this or a lot of this. It's easy. It's not hard, but it is specific. It's interesting how there's a lot of things I looked at. I was like, I would never have thought of that. I wouldn't have thought of that. That's interesting. Why? Because obviously I was listening to the expert. But let's bring up a slide real quick because I want to talk about what they can get the program for.
Yep.
And then let's go over some questions. We can do that again. So let's throw up the slide real quick. So this is the program right here. So it's a speed optimization, right? It's $1,000 value.
Yep.
Bonuses are phase 2, phase 3. So you were talking about the program. We just talked about the program itself, right? So you got power workouts, which is a $297 value. We got speed workouts. We got pre-round warm-ups. We got daily checklists. We got single plane video coaching. We got weekly Zoom coaching. So if you added all that up individually, it'd be about $2,000. Am I right?
Oh, easily.
Okay.
And these are not watered down workouts.
Right.
These are full on workouts.
Right. So that right there. So let's put that up again real quick. So if you take that individually, it's $2,000. So the price of it and what we're going to offer it for is just like we did the last one. For non-members, it is $297. For level 3 members, it's $197, just like before.
Yep.
Level 4, level 5 members, obviously you get it at no cost. Okay, so level 3 members, you get it for $197. Level 4, level 5 members, you get it free. Non-members, you get it for $297. Okay, and that covers the whole thing.
Yeah, that's everything.
Now, you need to get in now because we're starting this in a week and a half, 2 weeks. You need to get in this ASAP. We'll get you some information out right away once you get into it. You can kind of get your pre-warm-up going.
Yeah.
Okay, I did that, okay? But guys, this is gonna be the next big thing. This is the next big unit. I promise you guys, you either start the program now and start seeing the limit, or you start seeing less loss of distance. That's the way to say that.
Yeah.
Less loss of distance over time, or you can choose not to. That's up to you. And you can just go by old man time, old man clock, and watch distance fade away. I chose not to do that. Okay, and I chose to continue with this. Here's the other thing about this. This program he builds for you in this is not going to end in 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. This is something you can do forever. Am I right, Chris?
Absolutely.
And it will be set for you forever. And you'll see as you're doing Zoom calls, as you're working with your coaches individually, as you're working with Chris individually, that's part of this program. They're going to help you individually through this program. Maybe you need to use a 1-pound kettlebell, and some other guy's using a 5-pound, some other guy's using a 10-pound. I mean, I know I can't handle a 10-pound. I can handle a 5-pound.
We'll cover all that and how to choose a kettlebell.
It's going to be personalized for you.
Yep.
Maybe you have a bad back. Maybe there's issues you got to deal with more of your back. It'll be personalized for you. Maybe you have artificial hips. Maybe you have artificial knees. We'll personalize some issues for you.
Oh, absolutely.
All of this is going to be working with the coaches, which you will in this. That's why we talk about this continually. Doing Zoom sessions with Chris, working through this program. A lot of this is going to be personalized as you get down the road.
Yeah, and if you have any questions at all, email me, chrish@gravesgolf.com. I will help you. We will figure it out.
So at the end of this program, I can promise you, you will have a basically personalized mobility and speed / balance program set up for you that you can do forever. And it's not a big deal. I do it now. It takes me 10 minutes a day or every other day. It's not a big deal. That you can do forever that will guarantee you to limit the loss of distance over time.
Oh, absolutely.
And dramatically slow it down.
If you promise to do the program, do it at least the 6 weeks, the initial 6 weeks, I have seen it 1,000 times.
Right.
A guy will add 10 miles per hour to his driver.
Yeah. It's not near as big a deal as you thought. And it wasn't for me. I mean, it was simple things for me. Like, and I know that's very small, but like being able to touch my toes. It was real amazing how tight my hamstrings and my hammies and my glutes were. It was crazy how tight they were. And I didn't realize until I got into the program with Chris.
It was crazy
nuts.
how this much affects speed.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. But guys, now Crystal, you want to answer a couple questions here real
Sure.
quick? Let's answer a couple questions. And then guys, just real quick, and then we got a giveaway tonight. And then we also have, we want to go over this program one more time for you guys. Because guys, this is going to ramp up. This is going to go nuts. This is the next Single Plane University. You guys know this, okay? We're going crazy with these things. We've already got a bunch of them in the can. We've already got a bunch coming up on our calendar. This is the next one. It's the perfect timing for it. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So first question.
At my age, 50 plus, can I really get faster? And the answer is yes. I got proof right here. I've been doing this for close to 20 years. And I can tell you the guys in the 60s and 70s, they make amazing improvements. Right. And in some cases, they go more than 10 miles per hour because they haven't been doing anything.
Right. Right.
So yeah, absolutely, you can definitely do it.
Yeah, and guys, remember, it's not just driver distance, it's all clubs in your bag distance. That's huge. That is massive. I can't stress that enough. Next one.
So how much distance do most golfers lose every decade, and can it be reversed? The answer is obviously yes, but we're going to still see a little taper off as we get older. We can't fight Father Time. Right. It's just going to happen.
How much, you did the more research than I have. What do they say lost? So every 10 years, how much do they lose?
7 miles per hour.
7 miles an hour for every 10 years. And that's on average. So it could be 5 to 10. 7 miles an hour with the average driver is 20 to 25 yards. Actually, it's, no, I take it back, it's 25 to 30 yards. So, so you're looking,
huge difference.
So that's 30 yards every 10 years. But here's the problem. You don't see that because maybe 3 to 5 yards a year. I mean, it doesn't happen that way, but it could be.
It's just kind of like when you get fat. You don't really know that you're getting fat until you're fat. And you're like, oh man,
crap.
I'll let myself go. This is kind of the same thing.
100%. Okay, this is the next question.
All right, what's the difference between overspeed training and just swinging hard?
Yeah, okay.
All right, so this is a good question because what we're trying to do is learn how to swing this club faster without falling over, which you would do if you tried to swing hard. So he's going to swing this club. I'll just go ahead and swing it.
Yeah, so guys, so I'm going to do this, and I know it's hard to hear this at home, but if I just swing this driver, okay, and I swing this driver, okay, so I swing right now, and I'm not quite loosened up, but I just swing this driver. If I had a swing speed meter in front of me, you see me swing that driver maybe 100 to 105 miles an hour. If I'm loosened up and warmed up, I might go up to 110 miles an hour. Now, believe it or not, if you just swing a driver, and we're going to talk about this in the program, and you swing it in front of a swing speed meter, you will swing it faster. Most golfers will swing it faster than when they put a ball down. Because subconsciously, we want to create a little bit of accuracy, a little controlled accuracy. So believe it or not, you slow the driver down just a little bit, but that's okay. Because right now, let's say without a ball in front of you, let's say you swing the driver 90 miles an hour. And when you put the ball in front of it, you swing at 85. Well, if I can get you swinging to 95 miles an hour without a ball, when you put the ball in front of you, that'll go to 90, okay? Because even if you're controlling it, it'll still be increased, okay?
Yep.
But my body, let's say right now I just swing the shaft. So I flip the driver over and I swing it. My body just swinging the shaft can probably swing the shaft probably 120 miles an hour. In fact, if I record just the weight of a shaft, I can almost get to 130 miles an hour. Yeah. Really close. Okay.
And that's all about the CNS system.
So my body can swing something lighter 130 miles an hour. Say, okay, very fast. But why can't it swing a driver that fast? Well, number one is because it can't swing that weight that fast, okay? That's the central nervous system saying, okay. But more importantly, it's saying I can't balance that weight to swing it that fast. My joints aren't set up to swing that fast. I'm not mobile enough to swing it that fast. So what I've got to do if I want to, I'll never swing it that fast as just a shaft. Nobody can. But if I want it, but my body's shown it can, okay? But if I want to try to build it up and get closer to that, I've got to improve mobility in the joints to swing that heavier weight. My central nervous system's got to trust the balance that I can swing that weight, okay? I've got to create a little bit of power, a little bit of strength to swing that weight, okay? All that's included to be able to swing this driver a little bit faster. But I can swing, my body's shown I can swing something faster, okay? But obviously, and guys, I know that seems easy, it seems like, okay, that's common sense. But always, to me, that always amazed me. Look, I can swing something really, really fast. When I put something heavier, I can't. That just shows I'm not strong enough to do it yet. I'm not mobile enough to do it yet. But more importantly, and this is the biggest thing, I don't trust the balance to do it yet. And so now, I just want to be able to get closer to that. I want to be able to lift it up.
And when you do that, when you turn the grip around like that and you're doing it faster, the brain is actually saying, okay, yeah, I can swing this faster. Right? And it's you're able to do it. So that's kind of where programming the mind.
And every one of you at home can do this. If you take a driver and you just swing it, okay? Just take the driver and swing it. Let's say you swing the driver 70 miles an hour, okay? 70 miles an hour. And you take the driver head off or you flip it upside down and swing it and measure it. You may swing it 75, 80 miles an hour, maybe 85 miles an hour. You will swing a lighter object faster, okay? It just will. So you all of a sudden you go, well, I have potential there. But the reasons we have talked about that is you can't. But that's what you can actually do, overspeed training, and that's the difference between overspeed training and just swinging hard. I wouldn't take this object and say, how hard can I swing at this? I want to do overspeed training and then work my way up to try to get that.
Yeah, and here's where some of those programs fall short. They're not really working on this or this.
Right. Oh, yeah. No.
You cannot swing this faster without being stronger and being in balance.
Guys, and here's the deal. I've studied a lot of these programs. Obviously, it's what I do for a profession. Chris has studied more than I had. And I'll tell you right now, if I had to say one thing overall, these programs lack putting balance and trying to work on balance in their programs. It's a huge issue. Now, take our average demographic out there. As we get older, we start losing balance. We start losing, balance starts going sideways. We start having balance issues. We just do. Now we get double, triple, quadruple issues going on. So a speed program might work for a 15, 16, 18, 19, 20-year-old kid who has balance no matter what. I mean, you can't get this kid out of balance because he's like Gumby. But you start getting older individuals, I'm not going to say you guys got bad balance, but as you get older, our balance isn't as good. Okay? Now, we've got to put that back into the program. We have to, with everything.
Absolutely, and with the balance stuff, this is going to carry over into regular life too. And one of the number one things people die from are falls in their 80s, 90s years
100%.
old. And this is going to help you out
100%.
maintain that.
100%. 100%. It's amazing how many 75, 80, 85, even 90-year-old guys I play golf with, and I do. In fact, I play with a 93-year-old gentleman who I look at and I'm like going, wow, these guys, they're still walking, they're still out here, they're riding, most of them are riding in carts, but they're still getting on, they're still very, very mobile around the golf course. And then I go and I'm flying an airplane here and I'm doing this, I'm watching these people, I'm like, man, I'm sorry, but the average public just isn't like this.
No.
And I'm like, and so I sit there and it actually makes me feel good. I want to play golf till I'm underground. Because I'm like going, maybe this is just a way of lifestyle. Just by playing golf, that will help me in the longevity over time. Let's just be honest. And this is all part of it. This is huge.
100%.
Another question. Do I need special equipment like speed sticks or weighted clubs? Now, here's the deal. In this program, because I've talked to Chris about this, I don't want to jump in and steal his thunder again. We're going to show you ways you can use these kind of things in the program. Do you need them? No, you do not. But we'll show you ways you can use them. I don't really like a lot heavier weights because if you're younger, the joints can handle over swinging a lot of heavier weights. As we get older, our testosterone tends to get ahead of our common sense and our sense and our whatever, and we start hurting ourselves, whether it be rotator cuff or backs or hips. So I don't like swinging a lot of overweights. I don't like that.
I don't either. And I think what we were just doing right there is plenty good enough. But we'll show you some other options out there that are
We'll show you options. We'll also show you ways you can record it, because I do like to put a meter down and record it. A lot of stuff you guys probably already have, or some cheap ways you can get into this that you can record it, because I'm one of those guys that likes to see numbers. I don't want just the old way of, hey, I used to hit my driver 250, now I'm hitting it 270. That's kind of the old school way of doing it. I want to sit there and look, hey, I'm swinging at 80, now I'm swinging at 85. Or I'm 80, next year I'm 80, next year I'm 80, next year I'm 80, you know what I'm saying? I know right now, I can swing the club pretty easy at 107, 108 miles an hour right now. Okay? Couldn't do that earlier. When I'm 65 years of age, I'm hoping I'm still swinging 104, 105 miles an hour.
I think we can definitely do that.
That's the key for me. That's the key for me. The average 65-year-old swings the club about 80, 85 miles an hour. Okay? If we're lucky.
Yeah.
That's the key for me. I just want to be able to maintain that. That's the key.
I mean, just think about how much more fun golf is at
Oh, no,
that point.
yeah, I mean, that's just the key, and hopefully that's the key for you guys. So let's put that slide up one more time about the single plane university. So one more time, okay? So here's what it involves again. Guys, we're starting this. It's starting literally in less than 2 weeks, right? So you guys get in now. We're going to get you hooked up. We'll get you the bonuses. We'll get you the stuff set up. Chris will get you all taken care of. The earlier in, the better. I cannot stress this enough. So this is everything that's involved. This is the value of it. So it's over $2,000 value. Okay. The program by itself is over $1,000 and all these different bonuses in there at over $2,000. Here's the pricing of it. Okay. The pricing of it is, for non-members, $297. For level 3 members, $197. Remember, level 4 and level 5 members, you are covered. You're automatically in this program, okay? This is the program to get into, I promise you, okay? I guarantee you this. Now, how do they sign up, Chris? Tell me, how do you sign up if you want to get into this?
Just visit the link below. We'll get you all taken care of. Now, if you're a member, you're a level 3 member, email me directly. I will also be sending you an email magically at the same time with a link in there to purchase it. If you have any trouble, email me, chrish@gravesgolf.com. You can also call Tanya. She would love to hear from you, and she can take care of you as well.
Okay, so if you want to get in this program, you can do this. You can use the link below. Or you can email Chris at chrish@gravesgolf.com. chrish@gravesgolf.com, or you can call 866-377-2316. 866-377-2316. I don't care if you're in Australia, New Zealand, Timbuktu, Thailand, Sweden, Switzerland, Russia. I don't care where you're at. You can be part of this program. Okay? This is something we're going to do across the Zoom. You're going to be actively involved with coaches. You're going to be actively involved with the coaching program. You're going to be personalized with coach. By the time this is done, I promise you, you'll have a personalized one for you guys to help you through this program.
Exactly. Do not worry if you're feeling intimidated about this.
No,
I will help you.
No.
I will regress any exercise we have to where you can do it.
Most of you right now that are watching this at home are lucky to swing the club 60 to 80 miles an hour. You're lucky to hit your driver 190, 200, 210. You're lucky to do that. That would be long, okay? That's the majority of you sitting at home right now. A lot of you are hitting at 150, 160. That's the majority of you sitting at home right now, okay? That, guys, you're the ones that we want to get you in this program. Stop losing distance, level it off. We'll get you some distance, hopefully, but we'll slow down that loss, okay? We'll get those irons, hybrids, fairway woods going longer. We'll get that driver going longer, and we'll stop that decrease. That's what a majority of you are. That's a majority of you sitting at home right now, okay? So, no, this is not to be intimidated. There's a lot of ladies that we want to get involved in this. There's a lot of older guys we want to get. That's who we want to focus on in this program, big time. Big time, big time, big time, okay? That's what this program is for you guys.
And even if you're a young guy, you're 30, 40 years old, this is going to work for you. I guarantee it. It'll work.
100%. 100%, okay? Our goal, 3 months, 4 months from now, 6 months from now, your group you play golf with is going, holy crap, what happened? You got longer. And 5 years from now, you're hitting the same distance you are right now or longer. That's my goal. 10 years from now, you're hitting it close to the same distance you are right now or longer. And that's very doable. That's not me saying that. Is that?
Yeah, I've gotten so many emails from guys like that. Like they couldn't believe their playing buddies were like, what did you do with your driver? What did you change? And they won't tell them what they're doing, by the way.
That's the key.
It's a secret.
All right, so we pre-recorded this. Okay, I've been jumping back and forth from Oklahoma City and Florida, and we pre-recorded this. So to be fair to everybody, because I know there's probably a lot of registrations after we recorded this. I do not know the name of the lead driver giveaway because we wanted to wait till obviously the program aired to draw the name out. So everybody that registered last minute got in the drawing, okay? So I don't know the name. It's going to pop up on the screen now, okay? The name so whoever it is, congratulations.
Yep.
Congratulations, you won an elite driver. Okay, email me at timg@gravesgolf.com. I will send you an email also, but you can also email me. I'll get that taken care of. And remember our announcements for tonight. I'm going to go over one more time. Get in the early bird special in schools. Early bird specials on schools. Cannot stress this enough. You will not ever see cheaper pricing. It will not go lower. Do not get in after the price of the school goes up at the end of this year. You got incredible specials. You can get 405-250-6960. Say, help me with some specials. Or you can email me or Chris. We'll get you taken care of. We'll get you the right person. Okay? That. Number 2 is if you're looking at any type of clubs, in particular, we got the Super Hybrid. I love the club. It's coming out. I've got the Callaway rep coming here talking about to the students in the school right now. He's all hyped up about it. If you want to talk about that, you can trade in clubs with bonuses for that. We can do that. Get a hold of me at timg@graysgolf.com. The other thing is, if you're looking for custom fit clubs for your bag, there's still Paradigm Smoke. You're not going to see prices lower than that. You are not, I promise you, for custom fit clubs for you that fit you perfect for length, line, shaft flex, grip size, the whole jazz. Email me at timg@graysgolf.com, okay? So guys, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for being part of the Plane Talk. If you guys need anything, always feel free to email Chris or myself. We'll get you guys taken care of. Hope to see you guys in the Single Plane University program. We can't wait for it. I'm really looking forward to this. I want to give you guys what Chris gave me. I loved it. It was phenomenal. Chris gave me the gift of distance. I love it. I want to give that. Seriously, I want to give you guys that. It'll be my early Christmas present to you guys, okay? Or early Christmas present to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? So guys, let us know what we can do for you. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll talk to you guys real soon.